Qualities we may not find in a male president. Qualities you will bring to the Oval Office that will add a new dimension to what we imagine when we think of our nation's leader. Women of the baby boomer generation face these same constraints in all professions. There was no other blueprint to work from other than to show that a woman could do the job as it had always been done by a man. Follow our model, be tough, prove yourself by the standards we set. You weren't even supposed to look like a woman. Dress like a man's version of a woman. Our eyes can handle that. Think of how Patti Smith, Joan Jett, and Pat Benatar, women pioneers in rock music, presented themselves to the world. Leather, black blazers, denim. Our eyes accepted them as women tough enough to take on a role meant for a man. Woman with a guitar, woman with a gavel, woman with a podium, woman with an oval-shaped office, women with objects of power. It has taken time for our eyes to adjust to them. Depending on how you keep score, a woman already has won an election for president. Hillary did that. She showed that a woman can win, even when she plays by the rules of the game as established by men. And she won with half of her humanity tied behind her back. You won't have to do that. You will still have a harder time than you should on the campaign trail. Getting the job will be harder for you than actually doing the job. You'll be great at the job, by the way. But you will face easier terrain than the last woman did. This time, our eyes will be more accustomed to the sight of a woman standing behind the podium center stage at the convention. Our ears more attuned to a woman's raised voice projecting, not shouting, into the crowd. Our sensibilities adjusted to focus on what she will do with the job, not question why she wants it. So, no gender-neutral moniker for you. You shall be Madam President. Let's celebrate the fact that you are a woman. I have always thought that I could do any job a man can do just as well as him. Only recently have I come to realize that I don't want to. I want to do the job the best way I can do it, not the way he would. That's what this letter is about. How women can lead in a new way. How we can create a new model of leadership in our own image, not a man's. You're preparing to lead our nation. Whatever you do to ensure that your voice is heard or that your position prevails, you are doing it in the service of our country. You don't see it as attempting to aggrandize yourself or being pushy. You certainly aren't going to wait to be asked for your view. You are going to assert yourself. If you didn't, you wouldn't be doing your job. You wouldn't be giving the country its due. That's an approach all women should adopt. I build on lessons I learned from my own life, where I was able to see President Barack Obama bring a new empathy to the Oval Office. From watching women like Hillary, Elizabeth Edwards, and my sister Dana Drago refuse to be defeated, even when the world told them they had lost. From mentors along the way who taught me the value of my own voice. I will start with one hopeful lesson I learned on Thursday, November 10th, 2016, a day after the world learned the outcome of the 2016 American presidential elections. I walked out of our campaign headquarters that night, still dazed from our loss, and encountered a large group of school children waiting outside for the Hillary campaign staff in the Brooklyn night. They were carrying signs and had covered the sidewalks in front of the building with hopeful messages written in chalk. We all belong here. Rise up. Do the most good. I felt a glimmer of optimism. For the rest of their lives, these kids would remember the night their parents brought them to Hillary's headquarters to cheer on the staff. I remembered those kids 2 months later when millions of women across America in communities from Anchorage, Alaska to Washington, D.C. showed up to make their presence known and voices heard as part of the Women's March. Women of all persuasions found it to be an empowering moment. Beyond politics, there was a sense among women that we had plateaued and needed to chart a new path if we were to make the progress we wanted and deserved. It was the start of a new chapter.